Hey guys, it's Audrey and Alex here, back with another video.
Finally,
We have been busy these past couple of weeks. We have gone a couple places, and then we will bring the camera to vlog, and then we'll never vlog because we'll just enjoy each other, or we'll just forget. I don't know. It just hasn't happened. Also, I just recently got a job, so
our time has pretty much been taken.
Yeah, along with his job, so our time just hasn't been the same as it was before.
I don't think that we thought whenever we signed up for doing vlogs that we were going to get as many views and stuff as we have.
No, we just thought that this would be something fun to do, and I had mentioned in the other video that maybe if we get to 100 subscribers, we'll do a giveaway, and I didn't really think that we were going to surpass that, but we have, so thank you for subscribing. I think we'll keep you posted on that because we really haven't given it any thought. That was just something I said off the top of my tongue because I really didn't think it was going to happen. There's tons of YouTube channels out there, and for you to decide to subscribe to us, it's really cool.
Exciting.
And it's exciting. So we want to wish all the fathers out there happy Father's Day. This day just pretty much got us thinking about our life and where we are right now. I was kind of depressed this week because unfortunately my dad did pass away back in 2012. So I don't really have a happy Father's Day. Well, a father to say happy Father's Day to. And I'm like smiling just because I'm nervous. And also, if you may have noticed in our Get to Know Me video, we didn't discuss children or if we had anything or not. And that is because we don't have kids. And it's also because we have been trying to conceive for about 4 years now, or maybe 3.
About 3 years.
About 3 years now, with no success. So
we get asked a lot. The question comes up a lot. When are you gonna have kids? When are y'all gonna have kids? When's the next step? When are y'all gonna have kids? All of our friends have kids.
Yeah, pretty much all of our friends have kids.
So it's natural, I guess, for that question to come up.
And we are older. I'll be 27 on Tuesday, 49. And so it's like the time where people are starting to have kids. You get married, you have kids, you buy a house, blah, 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 blah. And we're like, we got married, but we're stuck on the kid thing.
Stuck on the kid thing.
So, since this Father's Day is kind of on the topic, I just wanted to make a trying to conceive video, and this is like our journey so far. So I guess we'll start with me because I feel like I'm the main issue as to why we can't have kids right now. Even before, when I was younger, when I had my period, it was already irregular. Is this awkward for you that I'm talking about my period? No? Okay. So it was irregular. When I first started, I was always on my period, so I had it for months at a time. And then I went to the doctor, and she prescribed me this medicine to make my periods stop. And so after that medicine, my periods rarely came. And so ever since then, I've always had regular periods. And so I kind of knew that maybe it would be an issue because, obviously you have to have a period, you have to ovulate to, have a baby. But I didn't think it was going to be as big of an issue as it was. So, we decided to get married, and then we're like, okay, well, let's wait a year till we start trying. So, year passes, and we're like, okay, well, I'm going to go to the doctor, to see about my cycles. So we go, we were in San Diego at the time, so we go to this one doctor. It was a guy doctor. Oh, I don't even remember his name. We went in, we talked, he was gonna run some tests. But then I didn't like his bedside manner. So I was like, well, I don't think this is gonna be the right doctor for us. So we decided to go to another doctor. So we went to another doctor, and she, gave me Prevera to bring on a period, and then she wanted us to start Clomid. So we did Clomid once, 1 month, we didn't have any success with that. The second month, you know, my period was delayed. I think I was having, you know, my boobs were sore, I was bloated, food tastes weird. So I decided to take a pregnancy test, and we were pregnant. Surprise, surprise, woo! And I always had like this thing where I was gonna like surprise him with how, you know, tell him how we're pregnant, and I couldn't even wait. I just went to the car because he was working on his car.
I was on the ground working on a really crappy car I bought, and she walked up with a pregnancy test, and I had the absolute worst reaction.
Yeah, he wasn't even excited. He was just like, okay, like I don't think he was shocked. Because we didn't really think it was gonna work, I guess. I don't know, but it didn't really register with him that was gonna happen.
I was like, cool story, bro.
Yeah, so I was pregnant. I took a whole bunch of tests. They all said pregnant. And then, like about a week later, I started having brown discharge, and then that turned into, you know, bleeding, full-on bleeding, and so then I was losing the baby. So I went back to the doctor, you know, we did like the whole follow-up thing, and then she was like, okay, well, we can just try again when you're ready. So I think we did about, I want to say I did 5 cycles of Clomid, total, that from like that when we started to when we finished the whole Clomid trial. So we did about 5 Clomid cycles together, but I think we did 2 with a different doctor. So we did 3 with this doctor and 2 with a different doctor. And the reason why I changed doctors again is because I joined like groups on Facebook about infertility, and everybody was saying how you're supposed to be monitored on Clomid and things of that nature. So it was like, well, maybe I shouldn't be going to this doctor because she just prescribed me Clomid and she didn't like monitor my lining or anything like that. So then we went back to the place I was originally at with the guy doctor, but we got a different doctor who I really liked. She was really nice, and she was the first doctor who diagnosed me with PCOS. And I probably had that from the beginning, you know. So PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. It basically means that you form follicles, like a ton of follicles, and then they grow, but then the eggs never release, so they turn into cysts. So she diagnosed me with that because they did like the hormone, like the FSH hormone and the LH hormone are supposed to be in ratio, but mine were out of ratio, so that was a sign of PCOS, as well as, you know, the ultrasound of my ovaries, and she saw I had a lot of cysts in my ovaries. So she was the first doctor that prescribed me, that diagnosed me with PCOS. So here we are with one reason why we were gonna have issues getting pregnant is because of PCOS. And this is like a year later from our first miscarriage. So, you know, we were talking about what things to do, and she was saying, okay, well, we can try Clomid again since it did work. You did ovulate on it, you got pregnant. We're gonna try this again, but we're gonna do it at a different dose, and we're gonna, you know, monitor a little bit closely. So we did 1 cycle again, it didn't work, and then the next month we got pregnant again. But by this time, Alex got out of the military, so we were moving back to Houston, and so I had to change doctors again, but I was still under like the Clomid from her prescription. And so the last month I took the Clomid, I got pregnant, like I said, and then again a week later I miscarried. So now we're 2 miscarriages in, and yeah, no babies. So I think after that we kind of just, you know, we're trying to figure out what to do. I started going to, you know, my OB/GYN, my new one, and we were just talking. She's really nice, everything like that, and she says, well, I kind of don't want to waste your time here. I'm going to refer you to a fertility specialist. So we did that. We went to Houston Fertility Institute, to meet with the doctors there. Our doctor's really great. So he, we did all the testing. So along with my PCOS, he got his sperm tested, all the different hormones. If you're familiar with this whole process, then you'll know it's a lot of blood work, a lot of ultrasounds, to figure out why you're not getting pregnant. Well, his sperm came back.
My sperm.
It was like abnormality.
My sperm had a little my sperm had a little shape issue, but
the doctor felt like it wasn't a huge deal, so it wasn't really affecting us getting pregnant. So the main thing was me, again, my PCOS, and then from the blood work he took, it turns out that I have a gene mutation. I forgot what it's called. It's like MTHRF. I probably messed that all up. So it's the MTHFR gene mutation. So that gene mutation can cause miscarriages, like different things, because it's like how you absorb folic acid in your body, and depending on if you have the hetero thing or the homo one, depends on the severity of it. Fortunately for me, I only have one gene mutation and not two. So he felt that, if we just take, more folic acid and take a baby Tylenol every day, then it shouldn't be a big deal. Along with that, he wanted to do a HSG. So that's where they go in and, test your tubes, put the dye, and then make sure everything's going correctly and your tubes are not blocked or swollen or anything of that matter. So we get the results from that, and turns out that my tubes, both of my tubes, are swollen. So there we go. Reason number 3 as to why we can't get pregnant. So 1 was PCOS. 2, I had the gene mutation. And 3, now I'm finding out that my tubes are blocked. So that's where we were. And so it took a while to process that information, because since my tubes are blocked, I will have to get them removed. And then the only option for us to get pregnant is to do IVF. So that was like a huge blow for us, because not only is that invasive, as a child, just having to take all the medicine and having to go into the doctor a lot, the retrieval, when they implant the embryo, all that stuff is hard on your body, but then also the financial burden of it all. So we took a while to really discuss what we were going to do and try to figure out how we can afford to make this happen.
The big question, how are we going to make it happen?
How are we going to make it happen? So, so this is where we are now. We actually did start the process again. So we went in last week to do a follow-up ultrasound, kind of like a pre-op appointment. Oh, because I have to have the surgery to get my tubes removed. So we had a pre-op appointment last week. We did some blood work. He did ultrasound. We just talked about what was going to happen. So basically, we're probably going to do the surgery next month. He's going to go in and insert the dye again and see if the HSG was just a false positive, or if he's going to indeed have to remove my tubes.
This time they're going to do a laparoscopy, right?
Right, the surgery. Go inside. Actually go inside, so I'll have the lap procedure, you know what I mean? Where they go into your belly button and have like a couple other incisions with the little clamp and the microscope. Oh my goodness, I cannot talk. The microscope and like the light or whatever, I don't know, but he's gonna go in and pick up my tube and make sure, see what's going on. And if they are severely damaged, he's gonna remove them. If they're not severely damaged, but it's still gonna be a hindrance, and he's gonna just litigate them, which, obviously, like if you were to get your tubes tied, so he just blocked them off from my uterus, because Doing IVF, since my tubes are swollen and they collect fluid, it could greatly decrease our chances of having a successful pregnancy because the fluid is harmful for the embryos. So we're gonna do that, and then after that, we're gonna start the IVF process, and hopefully we'll have a little baby soon. So that's pretty much it, and I think we'll keep you posted and vlog the surgery and our whole IVF process if you're interested in that. I know that this subject can be kind of touchy with some people. I know every time there's like a success story that's like gone viral on like Facebook or something, there's always people in the comments. They're like, if you have to go through that much trouble, then you don't need babies, or why don't you just adopt? And if you have to pay that much, and you shouldn't want to spread like your bad genes like to a different generation, or you know, people have a lot of mean comments when it comes to this type of deal. So hopefully you can just respect that this is what we want to do, and you know, if you do have a mean comment or a nasty dog, just keep it to yourself. Yeah. But we'll take all the support that we can get. There's way more people suffering with infertility than we like to talk about. I think the statistic right now is 1 in 8 women suffer from infertility. So that's a pretty huge amount of people. So if you are, you know, trying to conceive and you want extra support, I am here for you. Hopefully you're going to be there for us as we go through this journey together. Until then, we do have 3 fur babies, and that counts. This is one of them. This is Talia. Say hi, Talia. Hi. Talia. Talia. She's our big baby. Well, she's not the biggest baby. She's cute. I'm gonna get the other ones. Let's see. Oh, I meant to say this at the beginning. Excuse our appearance. We just came back from the gym.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is our cat Harley. She's our big baby girl.
Harley has health issues.
She has an enlarged heart, but she's making it through.
They didn't give her very long to live when we took her. I took her to the hospital. Well, we took her real late, or was it real early in the morning?
Because she was having trouble breathing.
What are you doing?
Our camera's overheating. So she was having trouble breathing, so we went and took her to the vet, and turns out it was because of her heart. So this is our little baby with health issues.
She had fluid that built up in her lungs, and she had real short breathing. If you have a cat and it gets sick and you take it to the emergency room, just know it's gonna cost a lot of money.
She had to be put on oxygen.
This is
how serious it was, and then we had to pay like $4,000 just in case she needed it longer. But then they ended up giving us like refunding us the money that, you know, like the oxygen that they didn't use.
We adopted her. She is now a $2,000+ cat.
But we love her, and we're gonna trade her for the world. She's really sweet. I'm trying to get our other cat. We have 3 cats anyway, but I'm trying to get her. She keeps running away from me because she's a scaredy cat. Literally. She's literally a scaredy cat. Right, so this is our baby Echo. She's our tiny cat.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, she didn't want to play. She hates being held. She's so skittish.
She got adopted when she was like, how old was she? A couple weeks? A couple days?
It was a couple of weeks. So my friend found her, but they couldn't keep her. And the animal shelter that I worked at the time wasn't going to be able to take her because you have to be, the cats have to be a certain age before they can be put in the shelter, and there weren't any foster parents, you know, for the pets at the time. So I was like, well, we already have 2, might as well get 3. So we took her in. She was so tiny and she's so cute. She's still really tiny compared to our other cat, so we call her Tiny Cat, but she's just a doll, and she likes to chase her food around like she's hunting it. It's really funny. But yeah, so that's all of our animals, our babies for now. Hopefully we can have a human baby soon. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much all of this video. I really should have had talking points because I felt like I was rambling. It's on, it was recording. Okay, I was saying that
our camera keeps dying.
Our camera keeps doing something weird, and I keep having to say this like 5 times. That didn't even make sense. But anyway, like I was saying, I feel like I should have talking points, but hopefully you got the point that we've been trying for a really long time, and hopefully we'll be pregnant by the end of this year since we are, you know, starting the whole process, IVF, all that stuff. Woo! Okay, so like, you know, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Holla! Next time we'll be pregnant. Next time we'll be pregnant.
I hope it's not that long before we make another video.
Just kidding. Okay, bye.